Hey FLOSSTUBE, it's Leigh from Creative Leigh on the 31st of March 2024 with FLOSSTUBE number 218. Welcome back to my weekly YouTube channel about counted cross stitch. I'm a bit flushed, I just had a hot shower. It's nearly lunchtime, but it's Easter Sunday and not that lovely a day, so I decided to get a bit of back stitching done this morning. And what else have I done? Oh right, I meant to make them on Friday, but I didn't. I've got hot cross buns proving in the oven. So I've been getting them done this morning. Thank you KitchenAid for your service with the kneading. But I actually put them in the oven. My dough came out a bit damp, a bit moist. And I don't know what I did there. I measured everything. Like I weighed everything, but I don't know, whatever. It is quite humid, so possibly should have added a bit more flour, but I put them in the oven on the proving setting just because the temperature is weird in the house. So I thought that would give them the best chance of a decent rise. So we shall see in about 58 minutes how that rise went. Because you don't really care. If I edit this later and I make the buns are successful-ish, I'll add a picture in. This is maybe how that came out. I use the irony is not lost on me, recipe from a Jewish cook. They're very rich, very moist, very one and done kind of hot cross buns. So I'll probably end up freezing a few and I might share some with a couple of friends. But they are really delicious. And I know from past experience that one of them definitely has an impact on my dad's blood sugar because he was here one Easter when I made them, and yeah, about 3 hours later his blood sugar was wee. They are quite rich, but they're very delicious. They're fancy hot cross buns. Anyway, I usually make them every year or so. What else have I been doing? Some laundry, and I've just been doing those kind of domestic goddess stuff. I actually felt a bit meh yesterday. Yesterday we had our sort of quarterly Wellington stitch meetup in Johnsonville, and I was just lacking energy really. I don't know, I didn't feel myself, not like unwell, but just it's probably like exhaustion, right? I'm just absolutely knackered. And I actually left a little fraction early. I dropped one of the other ladies home on the way back to Upper Hutt and had a light dinner and an early night. Well, I went to bed early. I didn't get to sleep till midnight because, you know, insomnia. But anyway, that was fun to catch up. Despite it being a holiday weekend, of course, we've got a 4-day weekend for Easter. We had a bunch of people turn up. I guess most stitchers don't travel for Easter. So yeah, it was nice didn't get much done. As always, I only took one project and probably got a third of the stitching done that I thought I might get done. I don't know why I thought I'd get more done because, you know, chatting and stuff. And yeah, Friday was pretty quiet. Today is Sunday, baking. Tomorrow I've got a few plans I need to execute. Yeah, and then a short week, and then we've got a project I've been working on for over a year finally goes live next weekend, and so I think we kick off about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. There's a sort of a 12-hour data upload process. The vendor does their configuration Saturday morning, and they'll hand over to us about 2 p.m. Saturday to do validation. We've got about 4 hours to get that done. All going well, it'll be all good for 8 a.m. Monday morning. And I can't wait for that project to be done. I'm quite excited to get that done next weekend. I'll be working from home, kind of keeping an eye on it. I don't actually do anything, but the idea being, you know, if there's any issues, I help us get through them, check that all the checkpoints are met, and ultimately kind of feed into the go, no go at 6 p.m. on Saturday night. So yeah, hopefully by the time I come back next week, it'll all be good. Right, what else? I gave Dad a wee call yesterday, but he was in bed and just he's been doing too much, and his arthritis, his sort of hips and sacrum and stuff, and pain was just being a bit too much. So he was planning to have a couple of days, so yesterday and today, just lying down, taking the weight off. He has purchased a permanent as opposed to a decent mobility scooter. He said he's finding it increasingly difficult to get in and out of the car, so he's still going to keep his car for a little while. I think he has to get his license reassessed in September or October after he turns 80. He is on a lot of medication, so the doctor said he's kind of on the edge where technically he probably shouldn't be driving, but they haven't taken his license off him yet. So blah blah blah, but he bought a quite a 2-year-old but hardly used mobility scooter from a proper shop that had done a service and new battery and tires and stuff, and it's got like a canopy and a roof and a window wiper and windscreen wiper and stuff, so he can, you know, go out in all weathers and not to get soaked. So he's really pleased about that. I think it was being delivered on Friday or Thursday. He bought it from out of town. A friend took him shopping, so I haven't really talked to him this weekend because he's been in bed, but he'll probably ring me middle of this video probably. But otherwise he's doing okay. I think his shower has been installed, but the bathroom still isn't finished. But the shower's functional, so I believe he can shower at home again now. But the rest of the bathroom still needs to be, you know, fully lined and all that. But anyway, he's doing okay, and my eye's a lot better. Monday afternoon, it stopped hurting, and the infection's definitely gone. I still have an issue where the duct or follicle or whatever is blocked. The doctor said that might happen, and I need to apply hot as I can stand it compresses and massage it. And I think he meant squeeze, but a little bit of gunk's come out. I'll see how it goes. If like Tuesday, Wednesday this week coming, if it's not gone or moved or come out or whatever, I might just get a consult further and see whether I need to have some kind of external stimulus applied, like Lancet or something, because, you know, it's unsightly, it's kind of a bit uncomfortable, and I don't want it to get infected again. So, but we're a lot better, I think. Thankfully, it was pretty miserable with that eye being sore because it was quite painful, and now it's not, and that's great. I think that's pretty much it. Work was just, yeah, busy last week, and holidays, stitching. Yeah, that's pretty much the life stuff, I think. So we shall get on to stitching. I've got a couple of things in, well, not that exciting, but when I was at the when I was at the Wellington Stitchy thing yesterday, it was a bit of a freebie table, just some random bits and pieces, and near the end of the day I had a look, and there's this sort of kit, well, it has no picture, and basically anything that was on the table was going to go to like a second-hand shop or something, whatever. So I thought, well, I'll grab it, not because I care about the kit. It is a gold collection dimensions kit called Portrait of Elegance. Looked up the pictures, there's no picture in this packet. This is what it looks like. Definitely not my cup of tea. She's lovely, but no. But it has a lovely piece of 28 count mushroom Lugana in it, and well, if anything, I'll use the fabric. So yeah, I just grabbed it mostly for the fabric, and even the threads, like, it's dimensions, so they're not DMC, right? But you know, if you need to, I mean, I'd kit up a few small random things, and just, if you need some white floss, grab some white from here, or some, whatever, it's kind of like, you know, cream, ecru. There's heaps of white in here, dark brown and stuff. So those flosses would come in handy for something. There's also a few little, there's even some metallic threads in here, and some random little beads. So I grabbed it because I can use some of that stuff, and it was free, and man, am I melting, absolutely melting. I'm gonna, it might be warm all of a sudden. Anyway, so just grab that off the freebie table. And then also during the week, my February 24 Silks of the Month from Silks for You came in. This month is not 5 shades of the same colour, rather it's a coordinated set, so one multi whatever, what do you call it, multicolour, and then with the 4 coordinating solids. Those 4 solids are beautiful, so I've been keeping them together. Like in the past I kind of broke everything up and just shoved them on rings according to colour, but I'm keeping all the sets together these days because I have plenty of silk, and you know, if ever I needed a project that called for 4 solids and a multi, that, you know, I've got them all together. So that was nice to get that. I think that's everything. Really hot. I do have the oven on for the proving, but it is only on at 50 degrees, but it probably is warming up the house a little bit. Stitching, I stitched on quite a few things this week, well, until my eye got a bit better. Thursday was the only day I went into the office, so my days in the office this year are Monday, Thursday, Friday, but Friday was a holiday, and Monday I still wasn't really happy to be seen by people. So I worked from home on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, which meant, of course, I had lunchtime stitching. My eye started to feel better, so I could see properly, and I can't see through my glasses right now. And I got, and then I was, you know, able to sort of start stitching as soon as I knocked off work. So I got a lot done. I carried on with Strawberry Fields Forever. I think I showed you last week. I had a wee start on the Friday. I had done Friday and the Saturday I'd done a bit on here. Yeah, that's right, I had all this bit done, and I'd started up here. So I picked that up again on, and I just kept stitching on it, and I kept stitching on it. As you'll see by my stitch card, which tells you that I stitched this on 35 count Pipi linen from Country Stitch using mostly Silks for You. I ended up swapping 3 colours out for overdyed cottons, and I did change two or three after I showed you when I started it. I started on the 22nd of March and I finished it on the 27th of March. Yeah, it was a week-long stitch, and it's so sweet. I love it. I really love it. I love how it turned out. There she is. There's a few things that I did differently from the chart other than all of the colours. There's a few weird things in the design that I decided were charting errors. So up here, that wasn't charted, so I added that flower in. Down, I'll look at the chart on the back. Down here, this one wasn't charted, so I added that one. I think it was those 2, and there's a couple of other errors, like up here there's a stitch missing in one of the leaves on the chart. I added that, you know, to make it symmetrical. A couple of little things like that, but I don't know if they were deliberately left out, but I just added them in, and there she is. So sweet. So here's the next door to the mock-up on, or the model on the chart. Mine's a little bit lighter and brighter, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. So this was a past the stash. Well, it was on its way to the freebie table in Christchurch. Jude Murphy was going to drop it off, and I grabbed it out of her hot little hand. So I am actually going to pass this again, but I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it aside and put it on the freebie table at the Lower Hutt retreat, which is coming up in August. So I'm just going to put this back where it was meant to be going. Being passed around, I guess, across the Wellington retreat goers, the New Zealand retreat goers. So yeah, this one I'm not going to offer up on here, but I'm just going to pass this on. So yeah, just letting you know. But yeah, I'm really happy with that finish, and really happy that I managed to use some lovely silks from my stash. And there's not that much stitching on any of the colours, so you do not need to use a lot of silk. Other things I changed. So it does give you that alphabet for to pick your letter. So there is a little L up there, and this is not quite as charted on the design. It goes the year, which on here was 1992. It has a bit cattywampus 1990, and then the 2's down here. I just sort of, and there's no numbers in the chart, so I just sort of worked out how to fit 2024, just more in a straight line. But you wouldn't know. So mine is just in here, in the green down here, 2024. My 4's a bit weird, but it's fine. And there's my little L. So that is that. All right, next I picked up one of my stash sampler starts from last year. This is the antique alphabet sampler from Vivian Powers, Vivsters over on Etsy. And this is was originally called the long version, but it's sort of the medium version now. There is the short one that is missing some of these rows. That was the original. Then she added some extras on and released this version, and then someone asked for the full alphabet. So she then has a version, a longer version, which has this alphabet in full and this alphabet in full. So yeah, it's got another bunch of rows, but I'm happy with the part alphabet. Also kitted up with Silks for You. This is on 35 count shortbread linen from Country Stitch, using my own Silks for You conversion and 1 cotton for the white. This was my 5th stash sampler start back in the 27th of August. I had it kitted up for ages, and last time you saw this, I had started on this big motif here, and I'd got all of this zigzaggy vine in, as well as all of the greenery. What else did I have done? Yeah, so all of the greenery, so around here, and then all the greenery and around here. So I picked it up during the week and basically finished those motifs, which got me to just over 50%. So that's where it's at now. So there's a lot of stitching in there, and yes, I put the date in, so I'm committed to finish this year. So I was like gonna leave the date and my initials and do them later. I'm like, ugh, I'll do it. My M's a little bit wide, but I managed to squeeze it in, and they are so pretty, so I was really happy to get them done. Those big ass, lots of stitching in that motif. Everything else is a bit more doable. When I say like in a session, right, like that I couldn't do with one kind of stitchy session, but you know, I can stitch probably that and that one next time, that one, yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 stitchy days and I can finish this off. So I have to do it this year because I've already put the date on it. It's so pretty, but yeah, all my own colours. The colours are similar to what the DMC is that it's charted, but I just have, you know, lots of beautiful silk, so I'm using lots of beautiful silk. So that's my whip that I got cracking on. Then on Friday night, I felt like, oh no, Thursday night? I don't remember, maybe Friday, doesn't matter, no. I felt like, I was looking for something, and I found a piece of linen that I had put through the ringer to prep for a project, and then I misplaced the linen. So I then decided to start the project. So ages ago, I bought this from, I think I bought it from Art and Frame in Christchurch when they had a sale, so it was discounted. And it's just a wee, what's that, Art to Heart Bloom. It says, Bloom was designed by Art to Heart using their own fabrics to create delightful applique. Use single colour floss to recreate the look of patterned fabric. Then stitch the border in coordinating overdyed floss. Of course, this garden needs a B button. So there is his JABCO buttons, and that was a collaboration between arttoheart.com for and just another button company. Has a heaps of DMC, so I'm using all DMC except for this red that's around the border, and it's sprinkled in amongst some of the flowers, which is charted as either you can use 3831 or Weeks Dye Works. They used Weeks Dye Works Aztec Red on the model, and I just grabbed one of my last full skein of Victorian Model Sampler Shop from the Fabulous Red collection from 2019. It was the last full one that I had never cut into, which was Fabulous Red, so I cut into that one. So mine's a little bit probably, I think Aztec Red's a little bit orangier than this, but this is, again, I knew I'd have enough, so I'm using this instead of Weeks Dye Works, otherwise all the call for DMC. And it was charted on, sorry, it was stitched on, the fabric they used was 30 count Weeks Dye Works honeysuckle. I had a piece of 32 count Soleil linen from a little bits and bobsy pack I bought from Tom and Lily, like 2019, I think. But it was a little bit too bright, and so then I'll show you the back. I wanted to lighten it up. As you can kind of see in here, it looks a bit lighter. So I scrubbed the crap out of the middle of it with just some dishwash. I just tried to give it a lighter look, and then I did put it through the washing machine. So it did lighten up quite a lot. Those of you who've been around a little while know I stitched one of my Carolyn Manning designs, Sunrise on Soleil, but it was 20 count Ada. It's a lot brighter. So this is faded quite a lot, and as you can see, it faded heaps in the middle, which is what I wanted. I'm just showing you back to show you the fabric. So then I started, it's quite a lot of stitching in here. So all around that border, that partial border, that's Aztec Red, no, my Victorian Model Sampler Shop. And then just in the middle of this flower, there's two shades in here, and it's then there is a button that goes on top. So there is a little button, a little button pack that comes with it. So looking forward to sewing those on. So I wanted to stitch this on, like, well, 30, I'm doing 32. It was charted for 30. It would have shrunk a little bit, so it'll be even a little bit tighter. So there are some gaps in the letters and stuff. This is where these are meant to simulate patterned fabric. So there's all sorts of flowers and little bits and pieces, and all over it they're little random dots of colour. So I'm just stitching all the big objects first, and then when I load up my needle with whatever colour is stitched everywhere, then I can just kind of, you know, use the whole strand and fill in all those little bits and pieces. It's going to be a pain in the bum to do all those little sprinkly bits, but I will do them with, I'm not doing them with beads. There's like about 12 different colours. But yeah, you can see where the little beads, little buttons are sewn on top. And yeah, so all of the big stitching's done here. So I'm halfway through that. Then these will be a bit quicker than the letters, I think. Especially when I hitch the stitch the M twice, because I stuffed that up. It's just a really fun little stitch, so I enjoyed starting that. It's certainly not going to languish in my stash. So yeah, Bloom from Art to Heart, and on 32 count Soleil linen from Tom and Lily, but I washed it, and using DMC plus Victorian Model Sampler Shop, and the kit buttons started, oh there you go, on the 29th of March. So I did start it on Friday. I have no recollection of what day that was. And yesterday when I went to the Stitchy meetup, I remembered that I wanted to start my Halloween cross stitch ball from Cherry Parker Designs. So that's, again, I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I meant to say I talked about the price. It is $5 per month, and it's 6 months, but it's $5 New Zealand. Now if you just appreciate how crap the New Zealand dollar is at the moment, if you're in a country that's not New Zealand, you'll probably find it's a lot cheaper for you. It's just horrendous at the moment. Our dollar doesn't go very far. So reminder. So these are the charts that come in this month. These are the 4 for the ball. That's the bonus ornament design that you get if you buy the sale. You won't get that if you wait till the end and buy the whole chart pack. So I had great intentions of getting all up to date, and you know what it's like. You go to Stitchy meetups and you don't get that much done. I did get the called for fabric, which I forgot to show you last week, that I had that come in. I'll just show you what that is. So it's all 25 count Lugana. It's all the called for. So slate, which I think looks like it'll be what the little squares are stitched on, like the little trick and the little freaky face. There's purple passion, which looks like the hexagons will be stitched on, aka the bat and the belfry. And then there is vintage grey, and this is where I've started. So this is where all the octagons will be stitched on. So I have stitched the first octagon, and it's the haunted house, and I got all the crosses done yesterday at the Stitchy gathering, and then this morning I did the back stitch. It's quite a lot of back stitch in that warehouse. It's so cute. There's good contrast of the colour there. It's so lovely. It's so nice stitching with lots of different shades of grey. I've never stitched on this colour fabric before either, so it's kind of nice. This is one of the reasons, well, also, I want to really support Cherry because she's great, and show you off her designs. And again, the ball is a lot of work. It's not hard to stitch, but it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. But I get to use fabrics that I haven't, don't typically stitch on. And I was going to say something else. I can't remember. I don't know. And it's a nice doable stitch along. There was something else. It's all gone. But yeah, so hopefully, I've got today and this afternoon and tomorrow, so I'll aim to get the rest of those pieces done. I need to get the overlocker out. I haven't even trimmed the fabric. I just literally grabbed the fat quarter out of the packet yesterday and started stitching. There was something else. What was I going to say? I don't remember. Anyway, Halloween cross stitch ball by Blackbird Designs. They're called charted 25 count Lugana, and I remember now. So I'm using the call for DMC, including this time around. It was fun because one of the called for DMC was one of the variations ones, so 4075. And there is on this one up here in the sky, there is these little, I guess, crispy clouds are charted for a week's, I think. Week's Dye Works or DMC 03. I don't have Week's Dye Works. I didn't tell you what the colour was. Week's Dye Works something. Good Lord, Cherry's probably yelling at the screen. Week's Dye Works 1154, which I think is something like, I can't remember. It's like it's a word. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to grab something from my stash. So I do have plenty of variegated greys and stuff that I'm sure I can pick one. It looks like it's a slightly mauvey, lavendery kind of grey. I had pulled out Aged Pewter from Gentle Arts, but I think that's too grey. So we shall, it's almost a little bit of a brownie grey. So I'll probably pull something slightly different. What I should do is grab DMC 03 and see what I've got that kind of goes similar to that. But I do like the variation. I like that Cherry's put some little quirky little flosses in just to give it a little bit of something. That's pretty much it, I think. Oh, one more thing to show you. So you may recall last week I showed you my ATC that I had stitched for myself, which was a replica of an ATC that I stitched to swap with somebody in our New Zealand ATC swap. Anyway, cut long story short, I still hadn't received my ATC from my person, and then I found out that it was being hand delivered to me yesterday. Paula up in Auckland had got me, but in liaising with fellow stitchers, one of the 900 Jesses in our Wellington, in our New Zealand Facebook group, Jess was coming down for the weekend to stay with her parents, and she offered to hand deliver it to me yesterday at our Stitchy gathering. So thank you, Paula. And this is mine. Isn't it adorable? Isn't it so me? So it's on paper, perforated paper, and I love how very me it is, and just specced with a piece of what looks like scrapbooking paper. She's got there, stitched by Paula for Leigh, March 2024. So I love it. And then she also included the rest of the skein of Autumn Leaves by Weeks to Weeks, which I love this colour because, hello, it's orange, but yay. So yeah, I love it. So that was finally got my, I'm glad it arrived just in time for the end of March. I'm looking forward to stitching for the next one, which will be in June, but yeah, still waiting to see who my person will be, so I can make sure that whatever I design will be personalised for them. But I know it will be Matariki themed, so the Māori New Year, when Pleiades is in the sky in Southern Hemisphere. Quickly before I go, I had some coffee bought for me last week, which was really lovely. In particular, a message saying, put some petrol in your car, some gas in your car. I did put some gas in my car. I just didn't need to go anywhere, so I didn't have any gas in my car, and I spent money on cross-stitching supplies instead. But yeah, I did put some gas in my car. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It made me laugh though, giggle. I won't tell you how much petrol costs per litre here in New Zealand because you might fall off your chair, but you can look it up. Remember, per litre, not gallon. It's $3 per litre. It's horrendous. So yeah, everything's expensive at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna go. Blah blah blah. Thanks for coming along, and see you next week. As always, don't let your needles rust. Ciao.